Hello, everybody, and welcome to a presentation session. We are here with Marisa today from the Chamber of Commerce Netherlands-Portugal. We last met at the Tech Job Fair Netherlands roughly around 2 weeks ago. Great to see you again, and how are you doing?
Well, the pleasure is all mine. And yes, it was such short notice. We were just trying to come in and had some technical problems. So hopefully we don't have any more of this. And it's a pleasure to be here again with you now in my beautiful country. And even if it's a digital event, this is the job fair in Portugal. So I did a presentation regarding the problems that the job market is facing, and let's see if we can share the presentation once again. No, it's not working. So that is actually a problem. I managed to introduce myself back then. I am the president of the Chamber of Commerce Portugal, the Netherlands, and it's a bilateral chamber of commerce. So it's actually focused in the two markets. Yes.
Marisa, do you need help since you cannot handle the presentation right now?
I can try to send it to you, but while I was doing sharing my screen, it's just not uploading. So we can try once again and see if it works. But if it doesn't, we will not go.
You mean when you're trying to
yeah, when I try to share the screen, it just
present the
doesn't
screen?
even share the screen itself. So it's just giving like this sign that is trying to upload, but it's not able to do it. So no problems. I don't know if when I click, do you see me now? I believe you do. So I will guide myself through the presentation, and if you don't mind, I will share it with the public later on. So I will follow the structure.
That's totally okay.
The presentation will be then shared with all of you. The presentation was much more also to get the perfect segue for this presentation, and I also please ask you to give me a hands up when I am close to the end. We have always this tendency to let time pass without really knowing, isn't it? So, as I said, Porthollandia, it's a chamber of commerce, a bilateral chamber of commerce. Please check us on porthollandia.com. And we are a group of young entrepreneurs ourselves that created this institution, and it aims to promote also the relationship between these two countries, but also to explore new ways that we in the field can help this market on itself. Of course, one of the areas of the focal areas is professional training, and also international recruitment, outsourcing of qualified resources, and reskill programs. And why? Because there has been quite an intense exchange of knowledge within these two countries. Many IT professionals came to work in the Netherlands, and they keep coming. It's not so much the other way around, the flow, but it's also a reality. So with that in mind, that's also why we are participating today in this Tech Jobs Fair. And it's, of course, important, since we are online, to understand that these lines are very almost irrelevant in this digital sector, even if I think that it's very important that I am in this job tech Portugal. The fact that I'm seated in this moment in a chair in the Netherlands while talking with you, wishing that I could be in Portugal. So The presentation that I brought to you wanted to focus in the European crisis in human capital and to try to tackle some of what we believe are solutions that we all are part of. So, we've seen a few headlines in the newspapers that are a little bit um, extreme, but the fact is, um, it says things like the pandemic aggravated labor shortage in some sectors. The problem is now emergent in others. For instance, the Wall Street Journal opened with Europe is hiring, but its workforce isn't ready. Business ready to pay skilled workers can't find enough candidates. A top issue across the EU. Um, the EU agencies are trying to tackle this matter, but the fact is, um, this is a problem in progress. So the shortage of Europeans capable to respond to the needs of the European market is increasing every day. So in our presentation, we had also a handful of solutions with some visuals that you could see a hand with some little, almost like M&M type of little bulbs. And what we focus was in attraction and retention of talent, investing in technology, offering training, diversification, and offering flexibility. We see also more and more shifting in the way that we perform our jobs. I'm part of a program in Portugal called Rural Move that has been developing the conditions for attracting young people, but not so young, but attracting people to move to lower density population areas. And in these places, remote work, for example, can be a solution for many. So, remote work could be a potential solution. And of course, when we talk about remote work, we are talking about flexibility itself. Um, what can companies do in this attraction and retention of talent is, in fact, adjust the needs of this talent. What are the professionals looking in their environment? How they be attracted to go move, for instance, to another country? Is it really needed? There's this move going on. Um, Many companies are also now understanding that the modules that they use till now are not the best ones. But of course, the transition stage is a problem on itself. One knows very well that companies don't change overnight. There's structures in place, there's needs in place, and also can tell in firsthand that remote work, even from the legal side, being myself a lawyer, is is and can be a challenge. But investing in technology, also providing that this much of this work that is needed can be done in with different structures. Of course, we always get very worried with matters like cybersecurity, privacy. They are keen to be able. There are compliance needed, of course, that needs to be handled, and but we are able, of course, to respond in a better way for sure if we invest also in this point. And one of my favorites, training, training, training. While there's a shortage of human capital in one areas, there are unemployment rates in others. So of course there's much to be done in this part. So we could all benefit from training and retraining, training young professionals that sometimes went to areas that the job market is not there for them, or retraining even people that are in need to reskill themselves. So that in itself could be a key solution also to help. It doesn't solve it, but it could be highly beneficial for society itself. because it's a contradiction if for one side we lack human capital and the other side we have unemployment rates. It doesn't make sense. And diversification, of course, being myself part of Women in Tech global movement, I leave a special note for women. Traditional speaking, are not so present as we would like in the IT sector, and this itself is a way to build the human capital needed for these jobs. So Women in Tech is supporting this initiatives as well. The founder of Women in Tech recently created a training academy, her, to be able to respond also to this training. But talking about it, companies also need to invest in reaching this diversity on itself, or potentially groups that were not included till now. So as we mentioned, all of this in a way shows agility, shows how companies can be more flexible and be able to create the conditions to close this gap, and that Europe can say in a short period that human capital in IT is not a problem on itself, that we were able to solve it, and we can all be moving forward. So for the ones who will receive the presentation later on, I also leave a final slide with my thank yous, with my contacts. Please be sure that I'm more than welcome to connect with you. I'm more active on LinkedIn, I need to admit, even if I'm present in all the other social media platforms. But please feel free to do so. And I would love to have the opportunity to have some interaction with the public. That is always the most important part of all. So, questions?
Hi, Marisa. Thank you so much. We can have now the question and answers. So the first question here is, as a sum up, what would you say, what are the three main or most exciting reasons for women to pursue a career in tech?
Well, first, because we need to be everywhere, that the present and the future is built. If not, we are not fulfilling our purpose. It's imperative that women are in the tech sector, because the tech sector is building the future. How can we not? That should be enough to convince all women to be more proactive in the sector. But if not, financial independence for women is very important. These are still jobs that can guarantee you stability, because they are traditionally well paid, and because there's a need in the market for these jobs. You are more likely to have a job for a long time and give you the stability that you need. The third, I believe, it's women. Not all want to be mothers, but the ones who will want to pursue that part of their life, they will need for sure more flexibility. We all know, I'm a mother myself, we all know that we tend to seek for jobs that give us flexibility. I believe this is one of the areas that it can be designed to give that flexibility that women so much need, especially in the beginning of their children's life. So I think those three, like I say, any of them would be enough, but those three would be my choice.
Well, I personally love the first one a lot. That's very smart to even say that women are why they shouldn't be in the future. So thank you so much, women power. Next question is, Diego says, good morning, Marisa. I'm from Brazil. However, I am for my girlfriend, she is starting in the IT area. What can I say to her to encourage her to go on? Typically, the area asks for the experience, and she doesn't have many.
Okay, so if experience is a problem, what I encourage your girlfriend to do is join communities of women in tech. Um, Try to support, and I will say it because I did it myself when I started my career. Try to join as a voluntary for some NGOs that they are all always needed for the support, and they are more than welcome to have less experienced people because actually they are trying to really do good and they are not for profit. So those two steps for me would be the most smart move for your girlfriend. So tell her, please join communities. She can also contact me if she needs to. Please feel free to. I'm always willing to help, but please do so. And for any professional in general, when you don't have experience, try to do two in one. Do good and gain experience. Try to support NGOs that need this human capital as well.
Cool. Thank you so much. I think the last question, since we are running out of time, I can take quickly. Is this, are there specific tech fields or area that still have trouble attracting women?
The problem, the problem of attracting women is not the field itself. It's a matter of culture, and it's not so much even of attracting women. Is that we were not invited and we were not welcomed in the beginning. So we traditionally didn't thought about it. How many women thought in high school, I'm going to be a techie? Not, it was not our thing. So I think that will be, it's not so much the sector, is the culture. I think more and more we'll see this, and it needs to be a chain. We talk about it. We talk about when we are talking with girls, young girls, and they say, I want to be a doctor or I want to be a lawyer. You say, oh, wouldn't you like to be a programmer? Wouldn't you like to code? And they potentially say, what? And then you show them some of the plots. So I think that would be what I could leave you with.
Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, also to join us here today. And I hope you have a lot of learnings from here today. And thank you, Marisa, for your time and this wonderful talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.